It is just about freaking game time. And make sure the microphone is on. But yeah, 3 weeks. 3 weeks for real. You know, I said a couple of days ago I was 3 weeks out in the comment or in the description of a little Instagram post. But now it's actually 3 weeks. 3 weeks until showtime. 3 weeks until I can say, all right, let's get this music going and go see what I can bust out on stage. So I have a few goals between now and then, and the most important one, or at least the one that's actually still in the air per se, is making sure I get just a touch leaner. So I've kind of been not even almost, exactly as I kind of had wanted. I came in to start this dieting phase much earlier. Like, I gave myself 2 more months compared to my last prep, so I could kind of ease into it, go nice and steady and smooth. So it's not as though, like, I say ahead of schedule, but that kind of sounds like it's a bad thing. Like, to say like you're leaner than you should be at any certain given time, like the connotation of even saying that makes it sound like it's a problem. It's really not, you know. It would be very different if, like, a week ago I weighed like 226 and I like absolutely really dug deep, extra cardio, you know, maybe some really low carb days to kind of get super lean. And if I was actually like peaked, well, that'd be a different story. But it's all I've kind of done this last month or so is gone from steady dieting down, okay, maintain for a period, and then now I think it's just about time to dig a little harder, just about. So I'd say I can lose maybe a pound and change, 2 pounds of body fat between now and, well, the end of the month, February 28th. So that means I kind of thought I'd be like around more of a 226, like empty stomach morning weight. But really, I've been floating around like 230 this last like week, and that's and at least in the gym, really lean look, you know. So I mean, shit, I'm heavier than I thought, so even better for me. But yeah, so if by the end of the month my morning weight is just about a 228, empty stomach but still hydrated, that should be just about perfect. But the scale isn't really an awesome indicator. Like, if I don't eat a ton of food today, like if I really had a low calorie day, I could wake up 228 tomorrow. So just because the scale might say a number doesn't mean you've lost that, you know, equivalent amount of pounds in body fat. Like, I've got right now currently maybe a 20-pound potential fluctuation of carbs and water. Like, if I ate like crazy tonight, like if I really properly carved up tonight for tomorrow, I'm not going to do that, but if I did, I'd probably wake up tomorrow. I mean, shit, I could wake up tomorrow at 240, you know, if I have like 1,500 grams of carbs, a ton of extra food and some water, and really hydrate. Or if going forward now until tomorrow morning, I did like a complete fast and I didn't drink any water, well, then I could probably wake up at like 223, you know, or maybe 224 or something. So you've got this huge potential of fluctuation just from your carbs and water, like what we call water weight isn't the right word, because when people think water weight, they think bloated. When I say water weight, or when I refer to, you know, water retention from, like, you know, making sure you've got enough creatine in your system, I'm talking about your intramuscular water, which you want to be full, like you want to be hydrated, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm referring to when I say that water fluctuation change. So assuming I'm still this level of like hydrated and full, I'm not really full right now, but assume that level is the same. 2 weeks from now, if I'm at more of a 228 in the morning, even maybe a little lighter, 227 and change, will be about right. But I mean, legs are looking grainy overall. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling very freaking good. So plan for this morning's workout is going to be some back, maybe a touch of rear delts. You know, I'm not growing, but wouldn't hurt to throw in just a little bit of rear delts in there too. So once I start warming up is when I'll know if I want to do more rows or more pull downs. But at the end of the day, and I know it's not cool for me to say this, all I need to do is get a pump. All I need to do is come in, get some solid activation, make sure I'm still burning some energy, keeping up my, stimulus to maintain all this size of my lats and my mid back and everything. But I don't have to completely destroy my back right now, nor should I. So I know that's not as fun to say. I like coming into the gym and saying, I'm going to absolutely obliterate my back and do 3-plate bend over rows and full stack pull downs with assisted reps to failure and shit like that. And I will. Later on, that'll be fun. So until then, I'm a little more concerned with just that kind of visual effect currently. So if you want to see a real heavy growing workout, just go back in time 7 months or 6 months back to the last off season, because those workouts were hefty. I mean, shit, that was the strongest I've ever been this off season. I got 6 plates on squat for 8 reps. There's this video where I was at Gold's Gym Venice, did a chest day. I think I did 365 on incline for well over 12, maybe 14, and they weren't even bad half reps, they were legit. So yeah, that strength will return, but the intended outcome of my training right now is a little different than pure size. The hard part is just all the freaking cardio I'm doing and sticking to my calories. But I think nothing else to say. Just get this freaking back pump started. All right. Just loading these fucking plates onto the machine, I am feeling weak. Not weak as in oh, you got me weak. No, I'm saying I'm physically weak, weaker. That video I was talking about where I did that super heavy squat set, 6 freaking plates, it's almost 600 pounds. On that day, 45-pound plates felt like 25s. I was picking them up with 2 freaking fingers and then just smacking them onto the bar. Whereas today, a 45 feels like a freaking 100. That's a good test. If you ever think you might be a little on the unrecovered side, just the 45 plate pound test. How heavy does it feel? All right, the days where the 45s feel like 30s or 35s, good on you, right? Your recovery was probably freaking solid. I think my recovery is solid. It's just the nature of being in a freaking deficit. But this is only 2 plates and a 25 on either side of this row. And I also have really good leverage because the handle is way further away than where the weight is loaded. So this really only is going to feel like 70 pounds in each hand. And this is just going to be a good squeezing starter. Then we'll go from there. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Poof. Poof. Yeah. Poof. Yeah. Yeah. Poof. Okay. 2 more of those. 2 more of those. One more, then a pull down will be next. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. I'll pull down next. It'll be perfect. All right. Not too heavy, not too light. 200 pounds will be just freaking right. How about that? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Ooh. One more of those. Maybe two. Maybe two. Okay. Let's do a single arm pull down instead of double. I think that'll be a good next move. This will be good. So 5 reps alternating. And honestly, this might be it. I could, well, let's do the set first before I say anything so final as that. There we go. I can go strapless for this. Okay. Way too heavy. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, shit. That might be my shortest back day ever. Let's see how we're looking. All right. Yes, that didn't take too long at freaking all. And was that, shit, was that 5 sets only? I mean, I'm not really upset if it was. But yeah, I mean, after those rows, which were very, like, I really tried to make sure I was doing more trap pulling. Because you can do a row and like pull hard with your lats, but that's not really what I'm aiming for, you know? So I was just trying to get my mid-back lats burning and then focus on the more lat focus work with those pull downs and the single arm as well. But I think nothing else to say. Why don't we just freaking see how back is looking? So even through the shirt, not really even doing a lat spread or anything, we got some separation. Obviously this is like a really thick kind of 300 something GSM cotton. You're not going to see any grain through that. That's more for like the thinner kind of nylon-y kind of stuff. But even just standing, I am not upset here at all. So yeah, no posing, no anything, just fucking standing up, like completely relaxed. To see that separation of like some deep inner trap, and then where my lats really tie all the way in. Oh, I mean that's just freaking sweet for me. But let's stop talking about the posing and actually just see what it looks like. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, just being able to lean back and see all of this different like abs and striations and side and obliques and whatever else. I mean, that is just fucking cool for me. But yeah, I don't think I've ever seen such a tight, like, not visualization, but just display of my own like lower lat, like where it ties in all the way at this little point. But that's what I want to see. So that was the point of the bulk. Obviously, you're not looking as cool. You're much softer. When I look back and see my face compared to now, I look way softer deep into an off season. But if you can't take the bulk, do you deserve the cut? You know, something to think about. But I got nothing else to say, so let's freaking roll. There we go. All right, yeah, back complete. Very solid lift. Not too wild, not too hefty, not too nothing. Well, not too hefty, but certainly still freaking freaky. I tell you what, that is for sure. So yeah, it feels good walking around dry and grainy. Yeah, it's nice. So I'm gonna get some food in my system first because I'm gonna do cardio in the basement. So I think 2 cans of canned chicken, strained of course, with some sugar-free barbecue sauce will do the trick. That's going to be about 60 or so grams of protein, 7-ish of fats, and then probably 10 of carbs just from those. I might crack a couple of rice cakes in there too. That's yeah, I think that might be a good kind of combo, and that'll be solid. So when it comes to your cardio timing, really just do it, get it done sometime. You know, it's very easy to somehow like rewire and rephrase ideas about cardio just to make it seem like, oh, you shouldn't even do it in the first place. You know, let's say somebody's in the gym. Well, you know, I just had a really good workout. I heard post-workout, I heard you shouldn't even do your cardio after you work out. You just got to go home and recover. Boom, the guy skips his cardio, doesn't even think about it. Or, man, you know, I gotta sleep, man. I need a little bit more recovery. I can't get up early and do my cardio. I gotta spend my time recovering. Boom, skips his cardio. You know, and it's, yeah, not good. But you know, that's kind of just the nature of things. Like I think about it like this. You know, how many people are clocking in real hours of cardio or training in general? They're really training. They're really sticking to a diet. They have a goal and they are actually achieving the goal. Everybody has goals, but to actually achieve them, or at least to work toward them, separates you from anybody who just like says they want to do something. You know, to say you want to do something versus actually doing it, very, very different. You know, because that's just an idea versus like an actual, like, you know, physical freaking act in the world. But let's say, I mean, I don't want to under or overestimate, but let's say in general, at least Americans, maybe 5% of the population are going to the gym consistently at all. And even then, I think that's kind of an overestimation. But let's say 5%. So 5% actually show up. Good. What percentage of them are really getting after it on the regular? Like they're bringing it on a consistent basis. They're not just in the gym there. Like they're present. They're really, exerting themselves. Probably half, maybe a little bit less. Not that everybody has to, it's just going to the gym in general just to stay like decently fit and like semi-healthy, athletic, solid. I'm not trying to put that down or anything, but in terms of like a bodybuilding gains, progress kind of metric, less. What percentage do their cardio? What percentage count their calories? Zilch. Negligible. It just doesn't freaking happen. And that's where I look at that and think, okay, well, if I want results that are different than everybody else, all I have to do is what everyone else isn't doing. Is everybody else skipping their cardio? Yes. All right, I'll do it. Is everybody else not even really giving a crap about their diet in terms of at least like the performance metrics? Mostly. Okay, all right. I'll just do that and then see what happens. Like shit starts to kind of fall into place once that prep work is kind of set in motion. You know what I'm saying? So not as though somebody is like totally on it all the time just because they have some gains, but the correlation is pretty freaking strong. I guess all that's to say is I'm gonna keep doing my cardio. You do whatever the hell you got to do. Just keep it in freaking mind. But it's thawing out over here. It's no longer freaking, the Arctic. It's looking a little more, maybe a little springish. We're getting there. Sun's coming out. It's 50 degrees. That's 50, that's like 60 more degrees than just a few weeks ago. And I am okay with that. I've had my fill of the cold. I would not mind if it started warming up a little bit. That would not bother me at all. But 21 more days, including today, so really 20 more full days, and then we'll get ready for freaking Showtime. So I got nothing else to say. I'll see you tomorrow.